Welcome to the Pro Qualifier Semifinals. The top 4 players of the NetEase ladder have gathered here and fought their way into the top 4. All of them have quite some prize money guaranteed already. Everyone stands at $150 and 6 points. But of course, you want to advance from there. Every round you win gives you double the prize money. If you make it to the final, it's $300. If you win the entire thing, $600. 6, 8, and 10 points to be handed out here. Our first match is Infi versus Lin, and man, that is so promising. Both players so smart when it comes to Warcraft. Here they are. South Korea versus China is the battle here today, as later on we have Moon versus TH as well. Who will prevail? The motherland of Warcraft, or yeah, what do we call China then? They picked it up from the Koreans when they let it down a little, but they brought it to a new level. So the best 2 countries in Warcraft 3 history fighting once again.
All right, guys, we're in a best of 5 here, and yeah, Infi is sticking with the Night Elves. Seems like in this patch currently, whenever he's up against Orc or Undead, he'll be playing Night Elf. In the other matchups against Human and Night Elf, instead he'll be going for the Human race, which of course we know him for. But yeah, he's been looking really strong with Night Elf, making it into the Yule Cup, and 1-0 even calling him one of the best Night Elves in the world. But still don't know whether that was a little humorous or absolutely sincere. But yeah, he has been looking very strong. And Lin, he's been struggling with this matchup here against Night Elf for a long time. But he, or rather I think Focus it was, came up with a pretty solid looking strategy, this tier 2 counter expansion. It's been out for a while now, for maybe 1-2 weeks. The Night Elves, and Infi in this case as well included, have had some opportunity to figure this out, to work against this. And perhaps today he's going to be able to find a better response, because Lin's been looking really good with this.
Absolutely. And there is a little change. The Keeper is running over right away. These two, of course, face each other quite a bit. They met in the February qualifier. They met in... what was it? Of course, WGL Winter in December, and another one. I'm not too sure what it was. But Infi is on a 3-0 win streak and is pushing into Lin's base. This is the instant aggression. How can Lin deal with this? We're going for the burrow. So far, the damage from the Blade Master is good. He found the claws of attack. And with that, can he do it? It's gonna be close. Nope, the Keeper gets it. Tree in the Skull, that is level 2 for the Blade, and Critical Strike unlocked. But the second and third Grunt are massively delayed by this kill.
Again, a lot of mana here being spammed. This can be problematic for the Keeper later on. With a speed scroll, he's chasing the first hero, trying to force this TP or perhaps even a kill. He has 2 more Windwalks to use, 1 more hit in, and the right click coming in. The Blade Master control obviously perfect. But the Treants canceled the burrow again. This second burrow is gonna be so late, he's gonna be stuck on 1 Grunt forever.
Okay. So this trade, better for Infi, for sure, but he delayed his Keeper a lot. Like, he didn't even... he did go for 1 creep spot, but that's about it.
And look at the mana. This is something that TH was, I think, a little too careless about in his games 2 days ago. Spamming that mana, and then you're on only 1 Moonwell for quite a while. Last hit stolen or not so much?
Pretty sure he did. The second turtle went to Infi, so he's close to 2, but he can't entangle yet. And the expansion is right there. You see it. Is he going for the turtle to keep him on level 2? Reveal being used. No more Windwalk. He needs a very good last hit.
If he gets this turtle, this would be absolutely magnificent for Lin. I mean, this early game obviously not good with the burrow cancelled. Can he get it though? He doesn't have Windwalk anymore, actually.
No, doesn't go in. That's good for Infi. He has the Hunter Sword up, so stronger units coming for the Chinese, and the expansion is at around, almost finished here without being contested. Blade Master, we have to point this out. He found the claws. Recently, Lin, in early games, was the Ring Master. Rings of protection all the time. Not today here. So, can he prevent this expansion still? It's gonna take quite some time to walk this tree over and to creep this. Tier 2 has not started. Lin is at tier 2 with, once again, the signature early War Mill that he goes for and the Shamans.
Infi here doesn't hit the dust, but the Blade Master not in time to steal the last hit. He can perhaps get the next one. If he can prevent level 3, that's a big deal against the Keeper, but it's too early of a hit coming in with the Inner Fire. That one's actually pretty tanky. Keeper, though, did require more mana to creep up here further. However, Moon Juice now is looking okay, and tier 2 tech is starting right now for Infi. Whereas, of course, on Lin's side, it's already finished. Shadowhunter coming, the Spirit Lodge is there as well, and a really early War Mill as well.
We have the next donation of the day. Thank you, Ben Doyle, for the 32.35 €. On the lads. Thank you very much, man. Daily goal almost achieved while being in the first game. Lin again, aiming for the Tome of Experience. It's the Tome of Agility. Man, the support of you guys is absolutely crazy the past couple of days, so big thanks.
Thank you very much. Yep, I mean, not Homes of Experience, but he's stacking up here, right? He found half a circle earlier. Now he finds another Tome of Agility. The Blade Master is almost level 3. And he didn't delay this expansion of the Night Elves too much. But if he gets his own up decently in time, this could still be looking certainly decent for Lin overall, all things considered. And that is what he was able to do the last couple of days. And here I come back to my point at the beginning of the game. This counter expansion tier 2 orc strat has been out for a while now. What is Infi's response going to be?
Well, at first we have to point out that this is a little different from the counter expansion plays we've seen 2 weeks ago. Lin changed it up, not massively, but tweaked it a little this week. So we're gonna see an expansion. We're gonna see maybe a few more Shaman early, and we're gonna see towers / burrows during the Expo build. And that's the biggest change, I think. This is what the War Mill is for, and this is what protects the expansion better, what makes it more likely that he holds this expansion, and then you can deal with the Mass of Night Elves. Speaking of which, Mass of Night Elves, the Engine of War, the second one, only finishing now, so the 70 supply push is quite a bit away.
Yeah, but we're lining up okay here with the resources, not like he's floating anything, so having an Ancient of War earlier wouldn't have done much really. Blade Master here trying to steal some more last hits, or kill some archers off perhaps. It is Entangle level 1, but now level 2 as well as the Keeper hits his level 4. Blade Master here still trying to distract. What Lin was doing quite a bit on the other maps was going for the Expo creep right away when he hit the Shadowhunter, when he got him on tier 2. But here perhaps it was not possible because of the Borrow cancel earlier, so he was only on 2 grunts when the Shadowhunter came out. So the natural creep here quite a bit later. And this we usually never ever see from Lin. He lost the grunt to creeps.
And another one in the north. That 6 supply gone, and that 6 supply help you a lot in the first
event. It was misrallied, right? There's no reason for the grunt to be there.
The Shaman as well earlier. He sent them to the fountain. He microed that one away, but yeah, you're right. Grunt misread as well. Uh-oh, here comes another Entangle. Windwalk, is it enough? He has nothing to survive except the 43 HP that is left. But yeah, Infi striking back hard.
Yeah, and I mean, Lin just a little sloppy, right? Losing 2 grunts unnecessarily when you're already late with that Burrow. Delaying those grunts in the first place earlier on already. The hero levels are looking good though. Double level 3s here for Lin. But he's missing 6 supply. That is absolutely a big deal. Huntresses now going towards the main base. 1-0 upgrades already. Second attack upgrade here coming in soon. And the Keeper at the expansion cancels the towers with the help of the Treants very easily.
So nice. So many hunts already. Yeah, reinforced defenses is up, but that doesn't go for the shop. That one's down. No clarities, no potions for the Orc just yet. And the Keeper level 4.3. Infi plays him solo. No Alchemist behind it. Just mass hunts. And he's breaking up keep already.
Yeah, and perhaps he could have banked a little bit more, realizing that he canceled the expansion. Sit on 50 for a few more seconds. Get the scrolls up. He only got 1 so far, but alright, he's just going into mass production already. And Lin still trying to get to his 50. Those 2 grunt losses, so painful.
Lin is changing it up. He goes Headhunters now. We've not seen this in earlier games. Purge basically guarantees the kill, and it stops and slows the affected unit of the enemy. Headhunters. That means no expansion maybe? He has a peon there, but absolutely no reason. Did he queue that expo already?
Tower, I think.
Tower only.
Starting off with the tower, okay. This is still a strong timing though for the Orc. He has lots of piercing damage with the Serpents here, and it's mostly Huntresses. He's like, only Hunters, only 2 Archers here. Perhaps the unit comp by Infi a little one-sided.
We do have a depth upgrade as well. That means Lightning Shield. Lin realizing that he needs to get rid of the second production building, but he can't. Again, heavy on the grunts. So, Lightning Shield or what? He does have the piercing damage. Engine of War still up. Ward's in a good position, but uses the mana for the Dispel on the Treants. And now kiting back. How long can he stay in this?
Here. The grunt very low, and the fountain's actually been crept, so Lin can make use of the health regen in the back. This could be a really an excellent point to fall back to. But the blade is falling low as well. The front line is quickly disappearing here for Lin, as it seems. He may be saving them to the fountain. Heal scroll coming in, but they will be out of the fight then regardless. Hunters, however, also dropping low. Big scroll of healing coming in right there. The only one for the time being for Infi, but he's still got so many Hunters left. Scroll of speed over. Hunters is still chasing with those 2 attack upgrades. And of course, the tier 2 upgrade for the increased bouncing glaive damage. He is finding quite a few pickoffs here. Up now by more than 10 supply, but doesn't want to commit against this fountain.
Magnificent microfight by both players. Like what they send away during that fight. It's not that hard with Hunters and Grunts, but a lot of stuff is heard. So good thing for Lin, I guess, that he has the fountain, as you pointed out. I'm not sure if he should like keep pushing and kill this Ancient, but he has no speed scroll anymore, right? So that's the reason, kind of. He bought time for his expansion with this fight. The tower is up, but yeah, with that expo only at 30%, 33%, he kind of has to defend this.
Exactly. Lin has to stand in front of his tower now and hold this next wave of attack. Keeper's gonna creep to level 5 here. Blade Master, not too much mana, can't hope to steal too many last hits, wouldn't be too bad for him either. He's close to level 4. Same for the Shadow Hunter. This will be 2 big level ups for the Orc.
Okay, he gets the Magi, gets him closer. So many hunts. They have 0 defense upgrades, by the way.
First one is coming in now, though. About to be finished.
We have no Alchemist here, so we saw in recent games of Lin how many grunts he builds, and then later on, once the Shaman have enough mana, he's just spamming Lightning Shield. And with that, they survive a little longer without the Alchemist, without the minus armor. That means higher uptime for the Lightning Shield equals more damage.
70 supply, though. This could be the push to overpower now.
Yeah, 20 supply is a lot. With tower support,
is a lot. Serpent Wards, of course, will be adding some more in as well, but here we go. Can Infi brute force his way through this Orc army? First Huntresses is gonna fall, but you want to fight in range, of course, of those Serpent Wards. Blade Master getting focused, but there's gonna be a quick dispel. And Infi does not want to commit in here with everything.
Nope. They're playing a little tug of war. Infi wants to fight here outside of tower range. Lin wants to fight here in tower and Serpent Ward's range. No one really falling for that. And the expo is up. He bought enough time despite being low, 20 supply.
Treants in the meantime were in the main, disabling the mining there from the peons, now getting taken care of and now reestablishing the income from that line. But that was fairly expensive, around 200 gold or so. But now, Lin mining from 2 bases. Time is kind of running out for Infi. He has to push in here at some point.
And we have the level 2 heal wave, but low mana on both heroes. More Serpent Wards, most likely only 1 heal wave. He has 1 heal scroll, but we do have that on Infi's side as well, plus the protection scroll. Here's the heal scroll already. I'm waiting for the lightning shields. Would be a nice position. Heal scroll on Infi's side as well. Level 5 keeper, of course. Not much experience on him since he reached it at the creep spot. Next heal wave, but no clarity, no mana potion.
This tower and these Serpent Wards, man, are putting in so much work against these Huntresses. Yes, they have 6 armor, but it's still okay damage. And the Keeper out of mana. And
Lin holds again.
Up by almost 30 supply.
Yeah, Lin holds again.
But he can't break it yet.
It is tier 1 supply, of course, while on the Orc side we do have a little tier 2 addition with the Shaman. Ooh, he has to heal up these peons, man. Another Treant attack and a lot of them will fall. Kodo Beast coming now. 4 increased damage. Going a little bit more Headhunters as well. Breaking upkeep now. Still no change by Infi. Oh, he is changing it up. Tier 3 tech.
Okay, there's gonna be a transition here at one point. But this is still scary amounts of Huntresses. 80 supply hunts. Star-shaped, are you here? How happy are you about this unit comp?
I love how Infi is controlling this shop. Like, he's owning this shop. Constantly getting everything here.
Forces are under attack.
And again, the tree and run by into the main. But there's one shaman parked here. Very smart now. It's going to take out 2 of these treants immediately. And in we go again.
Still no lightning shields. He needs the damage. Maybe a hero focus would be good as well to force the town portal. There we have him. Lightning shield in the middle of everything, but now kind of backfiring as Infi is sending the hunters to the front line. Blade Master about to fall here. Has to save himself with the Invo potion and still no mana. Has to pop the potion soon. How soon can he break this front line of hunters? Even with the tower and the snakes. He's holding again. But we're getting close to tranquility.
And of course, with this Shadow Hunter build, he doesn't have an answer to it. But he has the Raider already. Very smart. And that Raider's only there for the Ensnare on the Keeper.
Yeah.
Somehow this Drake is, by the way, still alive.
Yeah, there's almost no anti-air. He's like... He was on 2 archers
here,
for a long
dude.
time.
Oh.
Seen a lot of flutes recently.
Is this Loliot? No.
Oh, oops.
Player's forces
And this
are under
fountain,
attack.
so good for these hunters. Usually with massing hunts, it's really hard. If you save him, yeah, that's good. But how do you heal him up again? You don't have infinite moon juice. But here you have infinite healing thanks to these fountains.
Do you think Lin should put a shop at the expansion? I mean, the Blade Master is fast and can go to the main and get clarities and mana potions.
Exactly, the main shop is like so close by and you're scrambling for all the resources you can, man. Like every bit of gold is very important here for Lin. Not so much for Infi perhaps, but for the orcs certainly.
8 treant attack in the base. Oh, scratch that. It's only 6 at the moment. This burrow is already low. Would keep Lin at 60. Next fight starts. 4 serpent wards. But how fast is Lin with the reaction? Needs a little repair. Has 3 burrows in range. This one is not filled up.
Where are the shaman? Doesn't send any of them into the main? That's a little bit of a mistake, ain't it?
He dispelled 2 of them already, so I doubt he has the mana. And Infi is sending more. Like these 4 treant attacks, so painful.
Every time a bit of experience, however. But double level 5s are very far away at the same time for Lin.
You kill with burrows, so it's not really much experience.
Yeah. If you purge him though, you get the experience, of course.
Forces are under attack.
Shadowhunter now at the shop, not with the main army, and the Serpent Wards have expired at the expansion. Infi sees this as his opportunity to go in here right now.
Scroll of
protection once again being used on quite a bit of the army, going way heavier on the archers now, by the way. Blade Master in the middle of everything getting focused, but the Purge is there to get out of the ensnare. Keeper dropping fairly low, and Snare focus fire, but he has the invul. With that, he's safe. Shadowhunter finally coming in from the main. Mana running with the clarity.
What was
that?
that?
Wave coming, but not too many Serpent Wards here at all. And now level 6 for the Keeper.
He didn't use the heal wave on the blade. What was that? There must be an end snare. There we go. Cancelled immediately. Finally, the heal wave. Still 2 remaining. Man, what a back and forth. Another
but again,
kill.
a bit more time for Lin.
Yeah.
Keeper's out of mana. Keeper without mana can't do too much. Treants continue to be harassing in the main.
We do have tier 3 for the bottom and the 3rd attack upgrade. So we were talking about the flute. We're gonna have the flute basically in hero form in a bit.
Of course, and that's why he went heavy on archers now. He can go marksmanship. Does he have it already? I think so. Or does he? I'm not sure.
No, I'm not. I don't think so.
Yeah, now he has it. There we go. Boom. Okay, these are gonna be some buff archers.
We're getting... Are we getting closer to 5? Not really. 4-6, 4-6. Level 5 could turn this game around on the Shadowhunter. We've seen this yesterday at WFZ versus Shishi, how the level 3 Nova was just turning it all around. It was so crazy. Shop here by Infi, immediately killed. That's 2,200 gold in the main here. 860. These treants attack bought him 1,400 gold.
Shadow once again not with the rest of the army. There's one grunt now being kept at home to deal with these treants, but it's so many treants. And now Infi's going in again, aiming for the Kodo Beast right away. The piercing damage here is significant, of course. Blade Master asking for a lightning shield in the back, but it's too much damage on him. Has to go for that invul here quickly. as another scroll of protection is running on the Night Elf side. He's falling back a little bit further, wants to get out of that tower range, where of course, ideally, Lin wants to fight. Blade almost level 5. Going for another scroll of healing.
That was so important to get it now. Infi lost the grip on the shop a little bit. Going for the Keeper now with Purge. Tranquility, of course, 3 seconds. Is there a Raider? Yes, in range. Boom. Wait, where did he? Now the net is here. And Lightning Shield. Can he keep the Blade Master up? Oh my god, the damage is surreal! Heal wave in the last bit. Now Purge again, going for that Keeper backstep. If he gets a critical strike, this one might die. Entangle on him. It's the damage. Oh, Purges him! And dead is the Keeper of the Grove. Level 5 for the Blade. Close to level 5 for the Shadow Hunter. Lin out of his mind.
But it's only the heroes left. Level 3 on the bottom already. Lin has lost so many units. Can the heroes by themselves still do it? I don't know. Plus 5 on these archers.
Yeah, sick.
GG.
Too much damage on the hero there, I guess. And too much focus on that hero. And Infi killed everything else. Used the Keeper as bait, maybe, to get the rest of the army. Oh man, but what a game to start this day.
Lin did a really good job there, holding on for as long as he did.
Crazy defense.
But, you know, in the end, it did take tier 3. Tier 2 hunts and archers were not quite enough. But with the tier 3 upgrades coming in, wasn't quite enough anymore that Lin had there.
And that's new as well, right? Like, we haven't seen Infi going further than tier 2 in forever.
Yeah. I mean, he tried to break him on 80 supply hunts, but it just didn't quite work.
Yeah. But it's also typical Infi that he realizes this in time and changes a little bit and then win the game because of that move. The bottom was leveling so crazy, man. Like, level 2 took half a minute or so. That was so crazy. And then, of course, was Aura 3 and too much. Yeah, we have a few new subs here. Thank you, John T and XWAP for 6, respectively. 26 month already.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe with a 5/5 heroes he can do it, but you need some kind of army backup, and that was just the grunts, dude. They were getting sniped so quick by those archers, just absolutely insane damage. And I like that he waited for level 6 and then went for the second hero only, kind of. I don't know if it was exactly that way, but basically that was the case. On that map, actually, I think you can even get away with Keeper not being level 6, thanks to the healing. But how much did those heal fountains do for Infi?
Yeah.
How much healing did he get out of those things?
Absolutely. Attack, shop, fountain, attack, shop, fountain, attack, shop, fountain. This triangle for Infi was so good.
Usually we always say Fountain's very good for the Orc, and that is also true, but even better for Huntresses. You can heal up the grunts always with the Shadow Hunter and heal cells, but if you're out of Moon Juice, there's no healing anymore, aside from scrolls perhaps, but those are super expensive. Of course, that's our only map with health fountains, not going to be the case anymore, so this may already be favoring Lin a little bit more in the next game coming up, and he has to shore up his early game a little bit. Those were uncharacteristic mistakes by Lin. Losing 1 grunt to the creeps, losing 1 grunt due to misrally. This is something we see from other orcs, normally not from their king.
Yeah, almost a shaman as well. So we see it kind of more and more that players need a game or 1.5 games to really get into like fighting shape. So maybe Lin will step it up. It's his map choice now. We go on to Last Refuge, not Terranas, so maybe that thing is banned, not too sure. Yeah. In the past 3 encounters between them, like since the WGL Grand Final, by the way, it's 7-1 in maps in favor of Infi, now 8-1. That's pretty damn crazy.
That is, in fact, pretty one-sided. I mean, as we keep on saying, Lin was, you know, desperate with the matchup, especially on the older patch. But I feel like he has certainly a decent chance here. He has solid strategies, needs to execute a little bit better. And on the next map, I think actually he should be favored because all about those levels. And it's actually not even easy here for the Keeper.
Correct. And he did a good job in keeping him low on Concealed already. Can only imagine this intensifies a little on Last Refuge. We are waiting for the Chinese to start the game. In case you have any questions, we introduced yesterday our new hashtag for this. Since we're on the 3-minute delay, we can't interact with you as quick as we would love to anymore. But for fairness, we have to do this, of course, so stream sniping is not possible. If you are on Twitter, you can send us questions via the hashtag B2WAMA, B2 as a 2, WAMA, and we will answer your questions as good as we can.
I hope we're gonna have a longer game, a longer day today than yesterday. Yesterday was 3-3-0s, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Kind of insane.
But still, the games were so entertaining that I didn't really care. Like, on paper, it was all one-sided, but on the maps, it was pure joy, for me at least. I was in a good mood as well, so maybe that helped a little.
Thank you very much, Gestiefelte Kader, for the 7-month resub. And now we're about to start here. Our second game. Infi in the lead with 1-0, but this should be Lin's strongest chance to strike back. Honestly, he has to win here, kind of, if he wants to have a chance.
Would you favor this over Terranas? This map?
Yes. Just for the keeper leveling progress problem. You can be aggressive with the blade. Don't creep at all to begin with. Go aggressive with the circlet, and you can prevent his level 2. And what does a keeper do on level 1? He can summon some treants and be annoying, but that's okay. You have a grunt and a blade master out. He can't deal with them, and you can cancel his expansion, and there goes the game plan.
To be fair, the treants were really good, especially in the late game, but that's of course level 3 treants. That's a big difference. Match number 2 between these former world champions. Both won a WCA back in the day. Infi the first winner, Lin the last winner, and of course Fly in the middle of them. Last Refuge it is. We have Infi in the blue as the Night Elf facing north, Lin in the red.
So far so standard, nothing surprising here. I was thinking if perhaps the Night Elf would start coming up with something a little special for Last Refuge at least, because this is something that I feel like I keep on seeing. Blade Master's aggressive with a circlet, and he skips the shot because he's not creeping, has a very fast tech, and you're gonna be stuck level 1 keeper for a very long time with probably only 3. And something that we keep on saying is, hey, why don't you go entangle?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be better?
Yeah.
Why don't you just go entangle? But they never do that. Of course, that limits you to only kind of pick off potential, and that's not too great against Blade Master or Grunts early on. If you go Treants, perhaps if you do have some free time and you're being left alone, you can still go creeping with them, or if that's not a possibility, at least with the Treants you can go harassing. You could do that with Entangle as well, but usually that doesn't do as much as the Treants do early on, so it is kind of understandable.
I casted a game when you were not around where the Night Elf did that. I'm not sure who that was, but I've seen it. I was like, oh my god, I have to tell Remo this. And then, of course, I forgot. I'm telling you now, but yeah, whatever. So Night Elves are listening a little to us. Was it Foggy? I'm not sure.
It is Treants first here though, and Keeper starting off with the claws of attack. And Lin is not gonna suffer from the same nonsense as he did the last game, as he's going for 2 borrow tech very quickly. And here comes the next grunt. And now, this is very important. The Keeper is not going the predictable creep route, so this grunt has to scout properly. And I think this is the wrong grunt position. Why is he here? The Night Elf cannot creep the Merchant. That is impossible. The Blade Master knows, okay, the Keeper's not here. He can only be top left. This is the only position on the whole map that he can be. And Lin is messing up the scouting.
True, he doesn't find him. Only now the grunt is moving north. And that's another free kill for this Keeper of the Grove.
Yeah. The grunt should have been over there right away. Why was the grunt at the Merchant? This was honestly a mistake. Grunt could have slowed this down. Blade Master could have changed directions right away. The grunt should be up there immediately. And now the Keeper is level 2 when he shouldn't be level 2.
Yeah. Good by Infi to not stick with the standard creep route, but to go out of his way into the upper left. Also not going through the middle, but through the outer skirts. Regame.
Okay. Don't know what the issue here is.
Me neither, but this is so good for Lin.
Yep. Or maybe we're missing something here. Like, if the grunt goes into the middle, like, what's the purpose? Can he actually creep the merchant with a keeper level 1? That seems very unlikely.
Don't think so. Maybe.
And also, if the grunt is at the gold mine, at the natural for the orc, and the blade master is at, you know, the merc camp in the south, basically, then there's only one other camp where he can be, and that would be the merchant. But anyways,
apparently we don't have a regame. We continue this
Are under attack.
and double claw on the keeper. Whoa.
excellent start. And here comes the Tree of Life in the south. Keeper summoning more treants. He has one entangle that would not be enough for a grunt kill, so doesn't even use the mana. And Lin can still cancel this expansion. It would be even easier doable if there was no entangle to worry about, but as we know, it is available now. 3 grunts out though, very early, thanks to this 2 borrow tech.
I like that, because you can creep a lot with them and they are not useless. Backstab, forcing the town portal again most likely, but there is the entangle and stealing more experience here with the first circlet. This inventory is sick. I like that because usually grunts, yeah, you build them in the early, they help you in the early mid game, but then they fall off super hard and basically melt against whatever you throw against them. But not in this matchup here, not against this mass tier 1. We see Lin with 5, 6, 7 grunts recently, so why not? Why not go more grunts early?
Well, usually when you go heavy on the grunts though in the early game, you want to get something out of the early game. Either foil your opponent's plans, that would have been cancel the expansion, that didn't happen. Or be able to creep a lot, that didn't happen either. Blade Master 20 experience.
Yeah.
So what started off as a promising map and potentially promising early game kind of all fell apart by allowing this level 2 keeper. But the grunts can creep up the natural now by themselves, perhaps?
Yeah, without the ogre, of course.
Ah, yeah, of course, yeah, the ogre's gone. We almost forgot about that, but even without it, with it there, I mean. But no, they're gonna go for the trappers. And then the 2 trappers in the main, that would be level 2 for the blade, but it's not exactly very fast. Double bestiary. Whoa.
Whoa.
Lin is switching it up, going all in. Wind Riders most likely.
Yeah.
Under siege.
This is... Did he lose faith in his new strategy, or did he like think that his early was so bad?
Yeah, I think it's about the early. Just
yeah.
Nothing worked out.
Yeah.
Alright, we don't see this at all anymore. Focus very rarely plays this, but I never see Lin doing it.
But it's a decent timing, right? We have only one engine of war. The expo is not up. There's only like the only anti-air is the keeper, who has decent damage, to be fair. But the problem is not having the double engine of war. He can't transition into mass archers quickly.
He also lost his TP, by the way.
Yeah.
If this Shadowhunter goes Hex first, double scroll of speed, chase down the keeper with the Wind Riders, perhaps he can find a hero kill with that.
A player's forces are under attack.
So here come the Wind Riders. They will certainly be able to delay the Entangled easily. Yeah, should be working out. Entangled takes a minute. Treat still taking a little while to go over there. Blade Master getting entangled now himself. Setting up another Sentinel, but he's walking out of range of it. Ooh, that was a little scary here.
Dude, 3 claws. 3 claws on the keeper.
Imagine the inventory for the blade, dude. Oh my god.
Infi did a phenomenal job in creeping the north to slow down the Shadowhunter passively. The big creep here was gone at the green spot. The big camp at the expansion was gone. So all he gets now is little scrap creeps. And he has to share experience with the blade as well. And he doesn't get too many items. This is an insane early by Infi, and maybe I just got informed that this, what was it? Buxing that he sent said no way for a regame, and he was well aware how good his early is. And now the flute, man, plus 23. He has basically double damage on a low roll.
And the Wind Riders, they could cancel the Entangled, but there's quite some piercing damage here already. And Lin, nothing seems to be working out for him here, man. Like, yes, he entangles the Entangled once, but now it's being protected, and now he's stuck on the Wind Riders, which get countered pretty hard by those archers.
Yeah, and he's getting quite a few. They produce so fast, getting long range upgrade for them as well, aka improve both. 5 Hunters now, still only level 2 Shadow, but we found the Scroll of the Beast. In a fight, away from the main, without wisps, he can start to wreck those hunts. But Infi, of course, will not allow that. Will most likely just run away from it. Thank you, Gold Esel, for the sub. We have Hex and Heal Wave, by the way. No Serpent Wards this game.
Yeah, Hex with Wind Riders, I think, especially. Makes a lot of sense. Pia now is at the expansion. Could set up the Great Hall here very soon.
Second Engine of War is up, and the Ancient Protector.
The player's forces are under attack.
Infi well prepared for this.
The town is under siege.
Doesn't seem to be working out exactly.
Expo now.
And don't forget, there's no answer to Entangle with this. He has no Dispel, not
Yeah.
even a Shadow Priest.
Yeah. It's, yeah. Acid
Shadow
Bomb
Hunter
now.
kill could be super easy. If the
Acid-
Shadow's out of position once.
Acid Bomb into all the Wyvern. They're super squishy right now, but maybe he can go for the Alchemist. Doesn't want to. Trying to take out the Archers first. Here is the Beast Scroll, but one Wyvern is already down. And the front line is falling hard as well. 2 grunts, 3 grunts. Holy shit, is Infi demolishing him on last refuge. GG.
Wow, I didn't think we would see such a one-sided game.
Me neither.
Whew, that was a stomp. On probably the best map. Unless there's Terranas.
Yeah. We will get Terranas if it's not banned.
Yeah. Should get Terranas probably. I think Twisted Meadows is too much of a headache for Night Elves, early game-wise. I would assume. Oh boy. But now 3 match points in a row for Infi. Lin against the ropes. And game number 1, he held on very long, but there still were some errors in his play, especially in the early, no doubt. Game number 2, not many mistakes, but you have to cover your bases. This is like your best chance of forcing the level 1 keeper, keeping him on level 1 for as long as you can. And for that, scouting obviously is essential. And he messes up the scouting. Kind of, honestly, the first thing he can mess up in the game, he does mess up. So I don't know what's going on with Lin today, but
Yeah.
this is not his best at all.
It's weird how good he plays on some days. In the group stage, I was pretty impressed with his play against TH. Like, TH had no chance playing Night Elf against Lin in Group A, 2 days ago. But once he faces Moon or Infi, there's no chance for them. Like, Foggy, TH, Colorful, Lawliot, Lin most of the time has the upper hand there. But against those two, Infi and Moon, it's not working. Never for him. Maybe they got to his mind and I don't know, he feels a little desperate against them.
Is that something that happens to Lin, though? Having a mental block against the player? It kind of looks like it so far, honestly. Because these mistakes that Lin is showing, he normally doesn't make. Does that have to do with Infi being in his head and he just, I don't know, being discouraged, thinking, oh, I can never beat him when he's playing Night Elf? Perhaps, yes. But I've seen him play magnificently against Night Elf as well. And I think if he keeps those performances up against, whether it be Infi or Moon, I think he can still beat them as well. But yeah, just... not today. I don't know if it's the day or if it's the opponent, but so far, Lin is not playing like Lin.
It's kind of funny because a few years ago, when was it? 2017, 16, 17? It was the other way around. It was Infi complaining, oh man, Lin, I don't know what to do against Lin. I just have no chance against him. And now, yeah, we see it the other way around. Echo Owls it is. Again, no Terranas.
Okay. Maybe he was discouraged by Terranas when he was always trying to get the 2 claws and then cancel the expansion. He got the 2 rings every time.
That, yeah. I don't think so, but could be a reason for sure. He was so unlucky with his items. So, yesterday in the open qualifier, we had 3 3-0s in a row. This could be the 4th. If Infi wins the next game on Echo. 2,000 viewers already. We're not even 1 hour online on the last day of March Madness. Here are your players. Lin, you need to step it up, my man.
He absolutely does. What I like, though, on Echo Isles for Orc, if you get into a decent position in the mid-game, and you have your expo coming up and whatever, and you know you're holding on, trying to survive the waves of huntresses. If you get to the shop, hashtag B2W shop, you can steal the scrolls. And that is such a big deal. We only have 1 shop here, obviously, and the Night Elf with this math strategy will rely on those scrolls to have a chance. So if Lin can get up to a good start, finally, he needs a good start for once. It's been 2 bad early games so far. Then this can very well be doable.
Okay. Normal build by Infi so far. Alta and Ancient here in the north. Also, Lin, no super fast tech with a Farsi or anything. I feel like the Blade Master's mobility is the biggest strength here, as you pointed out, for the shop control. And he needs to make use of that. But also that means he has to save resources for that does not go into the army. So it's very likely that the Night Elf will overpower him with just mass again. Of course we have to question how fast attack, how many grunts, when will he counter expand? A lot of questions for the orcs here.
Nice thing here about Echo Isles is you can get up your Blade Master, creep with the grunt maybe a little bit, get to level 2 and whatever, and then be annoying with the Blade Master and heal salves and such. And when you have 3 grunts out in the mid game, they can creep up the gold mine just by themselves, already opening up the possibility to expand there, giving more experience to the Blade Master who's across the map. Then they can meet up with the Shadow Hunter who can continue creeping, I don't know, the Mercap or something. And all the meanwhile, you can set up towers, set up an expansion. I think this strategy is still very promising. You just need to, you know, not fall too far behind until you get that Great Hall up, which, as we all know, does take forever. So Keeper coming out. You cannot really prevent level 2 here. I mean, you could, basically, running across the map to your opponent's side right away, but that exposes your main, and you do want to try to stack up the blade here as quickly as you can, finding a circlet to start with. At least it's not a ring.
Indeed, circlet is really, really good. I think the best game in the best item in the early. Of course, claws help a little more for last hitting, but overall, circlet is what you want. T2 tech on the way, but we've seen this in game 1 before. Treants against the burrow to keep the second grunt in the barracks. And again, this should be enough damage, and it is.
Really important, the grunt moving across the map. What can he do? If he can steal the last hits here and force the Keeper to remain level 1, but it's going to be a last hit battle now, of course. This is a big one. He needs 1 more, though. The Null Brute is not enough. He needs another one after that. And the grunt gets it! Lin with the Dota skills.
Okay. Still in the base here, looking at the Treants. Warmill is coming up, not killing it. Plenty of mana here for another set. So he needs to keep this one up, but I don't see the damage. He can't deal with the Keeper's damage.
He needs another set of Treants, doesn't he?
No, I think he can just right click, can he?
Ring of Protection. 1 more hit.
Oh my god! Repair. He needs to repair! So fast! This is...
Oh my god!
And now he can block. He can force the TP. He's fast with the grunt. Nice hits from the blade. And there's 2 more Windwalks. TP or kill.
Oh, he messed up the movement a little bit, but should still be able to get it. Yeah.
A player's forces are under
Damn.
attack.
Tense early game.
That was the Ring of Protection, by the way. Any other item, the keeper kills that Boro.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Thank you very much, Muka, again. Every single day we see your name here on the donation list. Thank you very much for the $5.
And no Expo this time around.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, not just yet. Keeper... Wait, what? How is he not level 2? Ah, right, he lost the Null Brood, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He's still level 1! So annoying!
This is so tough for the Expo now. He has the Burrow, 3 of them, Shadowhunters coming, 2 grunts, 3 grunts soon. And a Blade Master with double circlet. This game is not gonna be easy for Infi.
Absolutely not. So cool to move the Grunt across the map right away. Make level 2 harder. The Blade Master's defending at home. It's still a 1 Burrow tech. You still have the fast Shadow on tier 2. Of course, it's all about that last hit. If he doesn't get that last hit, suddenly this early game is horrible.
Yeah.
But, you know, perform under pressure. Finally, he manages it. Blade Master, can he steal the last hit? No.
Thanks to Entangle. He gets it here, expanding. And then again, the claws, man.
Gets an Archer. Oh, he wants both. Getting greedy. But he's gonna get it. Nice. Knows exactly how far he can take this Blade Master. Looks like Lynn is back in shape. Wait, can he save her? No.
No. Thought it for a second, but no. Oh, he's revealed now. Entangle! The owl reveals him, I guess. How long is the
away
range?
from the trees. Away from the trees.
Forces are under attack.
Windwalk doesn't last forever. He has another one, though. Ah! The creeps are not waking. Ah, they're asleep. Okay.
What's he doing? Didn't go into Windwalk in time. Busy with a Shadowhunter across the map, maybe, and now his healing is cancelled again.
Yeah.
That was a little sloppy.
And he doesn't have another heal self. And not another Windwalk.
How far is the owl range? Far enough to see him. Where's the Entangle? If there had been Huntresses there with the Entangle, Blade Master would have been dead.
We go Alchemist again, by the way.
A player's forces are under attack.
Man, there are so many little moments in this game that could have changed everything.
Yep.
They're playing on the edge.
Seriously. Super close calls here. Berserker from the Merc camp. Big increase in damage here for the Shadow, who's already level 2. But hasn't crept up the natural, and the Huntresses is exactly what they were looking. This was what Infi was expecting. Shadowhunter creeping up the natural right away. But Lin, I guess, one step ahead, realizing that this is pretty obvious. Not going for it.
Claws +9 for Lin. This is nice. Expansion almost done. Ancient coming. Tier 2, of course, done. But it's only 40 supply for Infi. That's handleable. 37 for Lin. How many Shaman? Okay, 2 Shaman and Adept upgrade queued.
It's daytime. I would love for the blade to go to the shop now. Get the heal scroll. Yes, it's expensive, but it's a big, big item. Pretty low mana as the blade as well. Can't be too aggressive with this. And the Shadowhunter is really struggling now with the leveling. Yes, he got level 2 quickly, but he was scouting out, getting scouted out by illusions.
A town is under
Feeling a little tentative here. Oh, but the blade finds something valuable to do as well. If he cancels this entangled, it's gonna be a big delay. But with the entangle, it's not so easy.
A player's forces
Acid
are
Bomb
under
Entangle. Indeed, has to run away, but that buys time for the 12 o'clock shop. The one big consumable on this map and closer to level 3. Did you know you can creep this with the DK and skeletons only, by the way?
The entire thing?
No, the Magi.
Depends on the number of skeletons, I guess. But haven't seen that too much. No.
WFZ yesterday, man, my mind was blown.
Blade Master got the scroll. I love this. Only scroll for a long time, and now it's for the Orc. And he get the Greater Invul and the level 3 Shadowhunter. What transpired here in the last 30 seconds, really nice for the Orc. Finally, this expansion is mining for Infi, but it's been so late in this game. Only once the Orc is already at almost 50 supply, the 2 base income is coming.
And Lin is getting, ready for the expansion. More Shaman, close to 50. More Grunts as well. Not a single Shaman died. So he has almost full mana of them. Also no engagement this far. Close to level 3 on the blade. Ring of Protection. Okay. 1-0 upgrade for Infi only. While breaking upkeep already. Treant's going into the main again.
No Nature's Blessing, however. Much easier to deal with. He's low lumber. Can't really afford it too easily. At the Merchant. Can he get the next Scroll of Healing? There's not really enough money here for the Orc, so Infi gets it. And 60 supply.
Okay, let's fight then. Level 3 Blade Master has to go for the Invul soon. There we go. The Alchemist has Ring of Protection, which is really good for him right now. Oh, there needs to be some healing on the blade. Critical strike. Another critical strike. Heal scroll against it. Man, this Invul lasts forever. Alchemist down to the ground.
Invul almost over now. Does he have another purge to get out of Entangle if it should come?
Yes.
Goes on the Grunt. Grunt is dead. Serpent Ward's getting taken up, but it's time for the Tower. Tower is finished. However, inventory consumables not looking too great here for the Orc. He needs heal cells. He needs clarities. Shadowhunter needs to hustle back to the main. But seems like he's got the time. Alchemist was just taken out.
Level 3, man. That takes forever. Like 110 seconds to get him back.
How did he get level 3 so quickly? That was super fast.
Ton of experience at the Murlocs, maybe?
A player's forces are
I haven't seen it either. Defense upgrades on Infi's side. Archer transition and Raider transition by Lin. Ton of experience for the Korean.
I want to give that to the Shadow.
Yes.
Get him to level 4 or close to it at least. And a bit of time at the Merchant, but heal scroll not yet ready. This next heal scroll is really big again. As we said at the beginning of this game, shop control. Essential on this map. Invul also a big deal, by the way. We saw the hero focus there coming in on both sides.
Yeah, you got it on the Keeper. No TP the entire time, basically. After this first little encounter in the middle of the map after like 4 minutes or so.
There we go. Shadow gets the heal scroll. And now Lin is feeling good. He's like, yeah, you can attack me if you want, but I get a tower.
Yeah.
I got the scroll of healing.
The
I
tower
got the level almost 4 Shadowhunter.
The tower on Concealed was so good.
Yeah. That was the anchor for his ability to hold there for as long as he did.
Absolutely. Ensnare upgrade. Second defense upgrade. Lin is getting ready while not breaking upkeep. Infi is in upkeep, losing money the entire time. The Warcraft 3 taxes.
No Kodo yet, but wants to wait until he actually goes into upkeep, I guess, perhaps. And Blade Master starting to look real good. With the double claws, the double circlet. Shadow once again back into the main, can go for clarity. Could even go for mana potion here. He has the gold. A little greedy, perhaps. And now the income's rolling in. And Lin should just produce right now, shouldn't he? He only has to hold. That's all he has to do.
Yeah, and he immediately does. 56 supply, grunts, and shaman, and upgrades, and I guess Berserker. Yes, Berserker number 2. Big damage increase. Infi is about to push. He has not a single wisp here for Dispel, but 74 supply, 2-1 upgrades.
Yeah, massive supply, but only tier 1 into Serpent Wards and Watchtower. This is not too easy. Infi is thinking twice about this.
Yeah.
He's probably considering right now, do I want to go tier 3 again?
But this time, he has the Alchemist already as a second hero. So buying a third hero would decrease his experience on the Keeper heavily. And then we have no Tranquility, and this time we have no Fountain. So, tough decision to make.
Yeah. Blade Master moving in once again. Lightning Shield onto the Alchemist, actually.
Misclick,
Wanting
I guess.
him to force to go forward, perhaps, into the grunts and then take all that right-click damage.
Could also be a misclick since he re-summoned the Lightning Shield onto the Grunt immediately.
Still down by 20 supply, but this is a tower. This is Serpent Wards. This is a sturdy position right here for Lin. I would love to see a shop now. He has the resources here.
Yeah. Little low on lumber. Ah, there we go. Man, it's like we are remote controlling this orc. Please push. Okay, push. Please build a shop. Okay, shop. Work, work.
Right, heal scroll finally available again. Infi needs that one. Has the gold, obviously. Gets the TP and the scroll of healing and the scroll of protection. Alright, here we go. These Huntresses now with that pretty buff, especially with the upgrades as well that they have at 2-2. Grunts at 0-2 themselves. And here is the Kodo Beast finally. Such a big damage increase now as the Orc's already at 65 supply.
He's not expecting Infi's push into the main.
Yeah, there's no tower here.
And no speed scroll, I think. Nope.
Losing the shop here is going to be painful. The altar doesn't really matter. But the shop, can he buy something before? Yes, clarity, heal potion, mana potion. He bought everything before that one went down.
And the burrow holds as well, so he's up at 68. Quite big as well. Invul, heal scroll, protection scroll. Level 4 on the keeper.
A player's forces are under attack.
Huns are hurt already. Does Lin see his chance to win this? Lightning shield on the grunt and on the blade. Whoa, this one's big. Scroll protection on everything though.
Alright, he's moving forward. Blade Master still standing in the middle of everything. The AoE damage here, not too bad at all. Heal spray coming in against it, but not good enough. Infi has to TP out of this one, losing another Huntress into the Kodo Beast, getting devoured now. Once again, mining had been disabled for a long time, but it's okay for Lin. He's mining again, fully. He's still at 64 supply, held off another push, and both scrolls once again had to be used. Blade Master can hustle to the shop, exactly what he's doing. Is this the one reason why he's playing Echo Isles? For the one shop? It
Yeah, I think so.
like it.
I think so. This was kind of what broke his neck on Concealed Hills, that the keeper was able, the infinite healing, and the one shop, that accessible shop there at that position. And now he turns it around, man. Double clarity still. He held on to the mana potion. He is so good on this blade. Level 4, the important levels are there. He's just supply stuck. That's his little problem. Infi is at 80, and what can he do with his money now? He's teching to tier 3 again for upgrades, I guess. I don't believe in a third hero here on this map.
No, I don't think so either. Bottom level 1 could be okay, but yeah, kind of weird, certainly. And now Lin taking the first fight across the map this entire game. He's feeling confident. Taking out the Huntresses here in the front fairly quickly. Blade Master dropping low as well. Has to be careful. Shadowhunter mana potion popped. Not too much mana anymore to use on his side. Same for the Keeper, by the way. Dropping low as well. Both players losing significant amounts of units. Especially Lin here seems to be dropping decently low. Has to fall back.
Yeah.
And was that perhaps a step too far?
I think so. He killed like 10 supply, maybe 15 supply, but that's about it. Lost a lot of consumables and the speed scroll now. Shadowhunter naked. Oh, Keeper made it. No, just a TP. There's nothing in. Protection scroll maybe, but that's it.
Lin didn't have to push there. Why? Nope. Why go so aggressively?
Impatient. Oh, there's an owl. Who reveals himself to get the kill.
No mana on the Keeper, so he's safe.
Okay. Ah, yeah.
But doesn't seem to have realized. Otherwise, he should be standing there right now, spamming the Scroll of Healing. But it's gonna go towards the Alchemist once again.
Phew. I think shop control so far is 50-50. They both find their time to make it to the shop.
Oh, but this is a big camp for Lin.
Yeah. I was just
if he
about to
solo
say...
creeps this with the Shadow, this is definitely level 5. Might even be good enough without it. And yeah, whatever skill he goes for, I mean, obviously not Hex, but whatever skill he goes for is going to be really good.
Check it out.
He's not taking level 5 here. Oh, it turns nighttime. The Nightcrawler. Oh no, there we go.
There we go, level 5.
Oh, works out perfectly. Okay, nice.
I think it's wards, right? We will see it in our new and improved overlay in a second. In case you missed it, the levels are a little bit better visible this time.
Treants into the main. We have only 6, right? He's not even level 5 Keeper. Kind of forgot about that. Then lost a lot of units there in that previous attack, but he was able to re-establish army very quickly thanks to those 2 bases. Back up to 73 supply, and now hugging his favorite building, the Watchtower once again.
And it is Serpent Wards 3. 50 average damage. The Shaman deals with the Treants. so no big damage done here. First attack upgrade for Lin, who's at 0-2. 2-2 still on the archers. What was the reason then for tier 3? Does he have marksmanship already? No.
A player's forces
Only
are
the
under
orb
attack.
so far, and he's on tier 3 for quite some time. Lin is moving out of his expansion, aiming for that hero kill. Realizing there's only a TP, could force that. Critical strike again. Lightning shields everywhere now. It's a thunderstorm. Invul potion first.
Hunters is here dealing plenty of damage to themselves with those lightning shields indeed. Heal spray coming in as well. The Keeper is fighting shape level 5 for the Blade Master. Now big crits will be coming. 218 there already and forces the TP out of this. This was a great fight for Lin. More lightning shields casted. Are they killing themselves in the
Players'
main?
forces are under attack.
Not quite.
Oh, two more
there we go.
archers. 2 more archers, man. 2,300 in this main. It's again 600 gold that he gets just from the Treants.
Yeah. Lin's down by 10 supply, but I think this is okay. Trading experience like this up to this point is so good for the Orc hero, so strong now at 5-5. If this was a Keeper solo, then he would be close to level 6 by now.
Yeah.
But this Alchemist is slowing him down so much. I think it's very unrealistic to expect a level 6 from this Keeper, even in this entire game.
Yeah, it depends on how long they fight, of course. But I tend to agree. Heal scroll.
Heal scroll once again. Yeah,
And
went
an
to
invul.
Lin.
Forces are under
One
attack.
invul remaining.
Town is under siege.
He's pushing again. 10 supply difference now.
Alright, this was not the greatest idea earlier, moving in here. Let's see.
3-2 is almost ready. Acid bomb into the casters again. 2 raiders. Oh, this time we have wisps finally from Infi. And that's the go away sign for Lin right away.
A player's forces are under attack.
Backs it up. Only now getting marksmanship. Did you forget about it?
He went upgrade, like the 3-2 upgrade first.
Yeah, but marksmanship does more. Marksmanship is 4 more damage.
But only on archers, not on hunters.
That's true. I guess he was didn't have the lumber for everything he wanted. But now he's gonna have marksmanship coming in soon. Blade Master waiting for the next scroll of healing. He's not participating in this fight right now.
Dangerous.
But perhaps this is more important as he grabs the scroll. But he is revealed. Invul pops it and gets another Huntress.
Crits are at around 200, by the way, so crit and 1 right click is an archer kill, basically.
Everything's very hurt here on the Orc side, but he's got 2 scrolls of healing. Those are gonna be so valuable right now.
And tower
100
support.
Yeah, there's the first one. Finally, Wisps are coming in for the detonates. Can they find these Shaman? He's trying to retreat away from them, falling further back behind his tower. Blade Master has to pop the scroll of healing here soon. Everything's dropping super low for him. When's he gonna use it? There we go. But that's it. No more scrolls now for Lin.
Clarity is running. Also no heal scroll. Blade Master's not doing the necessary damage. In the north, the Huntress dominate this game thanks to Acid Bomb. Blade Master, is he going for a hero kill again? No, he just wants the experience. Alchemist, by the way, super close to 5. Everything is falling for Lin. He's at 50 supply, losing 20 supply in a heartbeat here. And now it has to be hero focus time. There's no other chance. He can't chew through this. 3-0 again, tapping out. This was, I think, the closest game.
Yeah.
But still, man.
I thought Lin had it, honestly. I thought
it looked really good. I think if he just waits for Infi to come, like the Muhammad Ali boxing strategies, come at me, bro, I'm gonna strike later. But
yeah,
too early to push.
Yeah, that was the one. The first attack across the map, I think, was the big mistake. There, he was trading really unfavorably, and then kind of misreading the timings. I mean, it's obvious for us to know. We see when tier 3 is finishing. We see when the 3rd attack upgrade is finishing. We see when marksmanship is finishing. Suddenly, everything's lining up for Infi. But yeah, Lin, he could have just held back, right? He could just stay on his side of the map. He was mining gold for way longer than his opponent was. And why was there only 1 tower? Why didn't he have 3 towers there? How much gold is a tower? 160 or something?
Around that, 180, 175, something. It's easy. We have to ask Taker, who is pretty sick, by the way, so get well soon.
Yeah, this could have easily been a harder point of attack for the Night Elf, with more towers there. I guess then he would have just swerved over to the main instead, perhaps. That could also be said. But I did not think that this would swing so hard with the tier 3 upgrades. Like,
Yeah,
Lin was
right.
owning those fights kind of for the most part. Once he was on that 2 base income, and then marksmanship comes in, third attack upgrade comes in, and suddenly everything just melts, just disappears.
Of course, Acid Bomb gets stronger and stronger. Huntress attack upgrades are kind of like are really good because the bouncing glaives increase as well, so your AoE gets a lot better in general. And then at some point you can't out heal anymore. Maybe heal wave 3 would be a better option if your opponent goes tier 3. But it's very hard to say. It's about these little nuances. I think the big mistake here, Lin attacking too early, not being patient enough, and that cost him the game at the end.
And I mean, this was a very long game, and Lin was sitting stably on 2 bases for a long time. As we said, he was being too aggressive. He could have stayed on his side, played a little bit more carefully. And if he doesn't waste those units away, he has more resources to invest into other tech. Could there have been a tech option which could have been really good against this?
Attack option against what?
Against the Hunt's archers.
Do you want to trick me into advising Torren, or?
No. I'm asking. There's not something actually I have in mind.
Me neither.
But with as much time as Lin had, he could have tried to go for something. I'm always a big fan of Spirit Link. Don't know that
Wisps
gonna be very good, but Wisps are always an option.
Yeah, let's not forget that Infi brought in Wisps for the, I think, first time in the series.
Yeah.
And that changed a lot as well, like the mana burns there. We mentioned this before. We think Wisps kind of need a nerf, but maybe other people find other solutions. That means one Chinese is in the final. Infi in the second WGL qualifier final in a row as the winner of the February Cup. His opponent is either going to be Moon or TH. It's going to be a dream match for sure. We're going to get the rematch of WCG 2013. We're going to get the rematch of DouYu Thunder and Fire Cup right now. The best of 5, Moon versus TH, starting in a few minutes. We sent you into a little break to catch a breath. Check out the links in the stream description if you want to support us in any way or form. See you in a bit. Stay tuned.